Yeah, I really didn't do an intro for this video, but I'm sure from the previous clips you guys can tell that today's video was the last book shopping video of 2022, which is so crazy to say that this year is basically over. It's done. 2023 is just around the corner. And obviously I had to go to Barnes & Noble and pick up a few books, and I'm going to share them with you guys. It's been a hot minute since I've been in Barnes & Noble, and so I was really just eating it up and looking at all of the books that they had on display, seeing what's out there, what people are reading now. And what was really surprising for me was the fact that Barnes & Noble was super busy, which I guess it makes sense because after Christmas everyone probably received a lot of gift cards for Barnes & Noble, so everyone is trying to use up those gift cards. I know I have a few gift cards that I want to use up. I didn't go crazy at Barnes & Noble. I tried to limit myself with how many books I was picking up at Barnes & Noble, only because I did have a huge like birthday book haul, so I do have a lot of books to read from that pile, and I don't want to like overwhelm myself with getting too many books when I have so many bookshelves full of so many books that I still need to read. And so that's something I'm going to be trying to come up with a solution with how I'm going to go about trying to read as many books as I can from my physical TBR. There is something that I'm going to specifically do, so keep a lookout for that video in the coming new year. I'm probably going to release that video in the first week of January just to kind of kickstart the new year and kind of get myself into a routine of completing all of my physical TBRs. All right, so we're gonna start off with the two books that I got from the buy one get one 50% off sale that Barnes & Noble always has. So the first book, I think it is a historical fiction, but I saw it on one of the displays in Barnes & Noble, and when I read the summary, it sounded really interesting. It's not something I typically would gravitate towards, but again, I feel like this new year is going to be a year where I try to like read books that are a little bit out of my comfort zone, just to broaden the types of books that I read, because I don't want to limit myself to just one genre. I feel like that's like a disservice if you're an avid reader and you kind of just focus on one genre. So anyways, so this book is called An Imaginary Life, and it is by David Malouf. I'm definitely saying that wrong. That's nothing new. I always pronounce the author's names wrong. But this, I think, is a historical fiction. Probably wrong. I don't know. But from what I've read, I'm saying that it's a historical fiction. And so it is set in the 1st century AD, so a very long time ago, and it is set in Rome. So this main character is named Publius, I think. Publius Naso. And so he is a poet who was banished to a remote village on the edge of the Black Sea. I think it says he goes by Ovid, which is very interesting, so we're gonna call him Ovid. So in being banished to this village, he surrounds himself with people who are classified as barbarians. And you know, if you know anything about Roman history or Greek history in general, around that time, people who weren't a part of the culture or who weren't Roman, or if you're looking at Greece, who weren't Greek, they would call these other people barbarians. And the reason why they call them barbarians was because they didn't speak the same language. And so he surrounds himself with groups that are labeled barbarians because they have rituals that are part of their cultures that aren't the norm of what he is used to in Rome. And he eventually becomes the guardian to a child that was raised by deer. The second book I have to show you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I honestly picked it up because I thought the cover was really interesting, and then when I opened it, like opened up the book to try to find the synopsis, there really wasn't too much to go off on, but I still, from the very little that I was able to read, I gathered that I would enjoy reading this book, so I got it. It is called We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. And that is the cover. I don't know, this cover just looks really interesting, and so it made me want to pick up the book and read what it was about, and I still decided that I was going to buy it. So this book is about our main character named Mary. She lives with her sister, and it says that she wishes that she was born a werewolf. Something about like her hand shape, I don't really get that part. And then it talks about how she doesn't really like to keep up appearance. She likes her sister, and then it talks about how everyone else in her family's dead. That's literally all it says. I'm not sure if there's like another section. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything else about what this book is about, which is weird, but just from the cover alone, I'm gonna read it. I don't care. But this is literally all that it says, so you can go ahead and pause this and try to read. It doesn't really say a lot, but that was the second book that I picked up. So this next book that I have to show you guys, I'm very interested in it and I'm excited to read it. It is a book with a fake boyfriend trope, and so it's called Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. And I haven't read Red, White, and Royal Blue, is that what it's called? But I haven't read that book, and I feel like they're similar in a way. So this book is about this boy whose dad is a rock star, or his parents were rock stars, and they split up, and now his dad is making a comeback into the whole rock star world, and so he's becoming famous, and now he is in the public eye, and he wants to make his life appear really perfect. And so he meets this boy, and they don't really have anything in common. They don't really, they're not compatible, but they decide that they're going to pretend to be dating just so that our main character's image can seem perfect. And I don't know, I feel like with stuff like that, the pretend boyfriends, they never go the way that the characters expect it to. So I have a feeling that someone's going to catch feelings. So that's this cover. This next book is a mystery, well, not really mystery, like a thriller, I guess, but it's YA. And so it's called Girls Stolen by April Henry. And so this book is about a girl who is blind. She's sleeping or laying down in the back seat of her mother's car while her mother runs inside the store to get her medicine. And while she's in the back seat, the car is getting stolen. So someone tries to steal the car while she's in it. And that's a problem because she's blind, so she doesn't even really know what's going on. All she knows is that she's getting kidnapped. Because they tried to steal the car, not realizing that she's in the car as well. Yeah, my dog is sitting behind me. She likes to be wherever I am. And so she's just watching me talk, right? So yeah, and even though she wasn't like the intended like target, like they weren't trying to kidnap her, they just wanted the car. Once they realized that she's the daughter of the president of a really powerful corporation, they probably realized that they can get money from kidnapping her. And so it's going to be a game changer, I guess, with her being blind, her coming from money, and them seeing an opportunity where they can try to extort her parents. for money. Those are the 4 books that I picked up today at Barnes & Noble. Here's a stack of books. They're all pretty short books. They wouldn't take that long to read. Actually, these 3 are pretty short books. And then this one's the bigger one. I think this one is like over 400 pages. This one's a short one as well. I think under 200 pages. Under 200 pages. And then about 200 pages. Anyway, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot believe it's already 2023. I feel like I just blinked and the year was over. I hope you guys had a awesome 2022 and you guys are looking forward to the new year, and I hope that 2023 ends up being amazing for everyone. I hope you guys like this video to let me know if you guys like this kind of content, and I hope to see you guys back on my next video. Bye!